Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brad. Welcome back to Screamin' Pirate EDC. I normally don't do first impressions, and now I'm doing a second one inside of a week, so apparently I do first impressions now. At least on knives that I really want you guys to hear about ASAP. Now, with that being said, today's knife is a very special one, and the pre-order is going up this Saturday. Okay? This Saturday at noon Eastern. Do not miss this one. But before we get into the knife, what do I have on to me today? My mug is going to be the Death Wish coffee mug. This is George Deddington. Very funny. I love it. Next up, my wallet is going to be from Relic Made. I do love this wallet. Very, very nice. Very different. After that, my bottle opener pry bar multi-tool is going to be from Novel Carry, and this is the Slide Click. My coin and light, this is going to be the Copper Olight i5T. Make sure this is right side up. This is going to be, I think it's the antiqued copper, or it might be the antique bronze, from the Stay the Course coin from Erling EDC. Very nice, very cool. While we're on the topic of Erling EDC, he is also in a group with me and a good friend of mine, and I figured it's pertinent to carry this Hank today. This is the Grog Hank. So guys, this is by Renegade EDC, and so's the knife. But now that we have the Hank out of the way, very last thing, because I actually have had this requested, my watch for today, let me go ahead and take him off, is going to be the Oris 65. Been really enjoying this watch, and I have a crown and buckle strap with it. Really, really like this watch. Very nice, very comfortable. All right, guys, all that's out of the way. Let's get into the knife. This is the God of Mischief. Now, this is the second design to come out from Renegade EDC. Chris has done some really cool stuff here, but it also takes a lot from a lot of other designs, but I think it really, really takes it up to another level in a lot of places. Well, let's go ahead and take a closer look. We're going to talk some rough specs. They're not going to be anything, every single dimension as it were, and kind of what I think about the knife right now. All right, guys, so let's really take a close look at the God of Mischief, the GOM here. So normally I don't do it in this order, but I figure it was pertinent for this because, in a Warney, you always wonder how much cutting length you get. You're getting 3 inches on the nose of cutting length, about 3 1/4 of overall on your blade. That's because you can choke up here. You see that big old finger choil? Yes, it's big enough for a finger to fit up there. Next, it is a thick boy. It is as thick as the Gungnir, which is also from Renegade EDC. It is takes the same clip too, surprisingly enough. So yeah, same thickness. It's a little bit heavy at 4.5 ounces, but the balance point is right, so it doesn't bother me. Also wanted to say that it is flat ground. Now the reason why it's flat ground, I prefer a hollow ground. I would on this one, I do on most knives. But I understand why it is flat ground. He wants this to be a working knife. He wants you to be able to use it and not worry about that tip breaking off, so you can potentially, do some scraping, etc. Do some fine cutting without it worrying about the tip, which is great. As far as changes to the knife, since this is a prototype, the only change is going to be he wants to do this ziggurat style jimping. It's on the Gungnir. I'll have a B-roll of it for you guys. That is going to happen in the opening hole here on the God of Mischief. The flipper tab, very tall, and a lot of you are going to be like, it's too big. No, it's fine. You get plenty of traction. You can open it. I've never had a problem with it. Not yet in a full 24 hours of me fidgeting the hell out of this knife. It is on bearings. It is insanely smooth. I've only put a little bit of oil in there on the detent ball and on the bearings, and it has smoothed out tremendously. Very, very nice. So we have all of that. Let's talk about the pre-order. So this knife is going live on Saturday, the 23rd, at noon Eastern. Now, the options are going to be green micarta, natural micarta, and black micarta with your satin blade and your stonewash handles. And then you will have an option of 2 different clips. There will also be a full DLC. So black micarta, full DLC, all blacked out, super murdered out, and it looks hella dope. But those are going to be your options, and it is going to be $350. I think this is a killer price for this knife. We're looking at M390 here, and M390 and all those options, and this level for $350. I mean, if you haven't watched it, most of you have. My Knives Not to Buy. This is the same price as the EMP Nimble XL. This craps on that knife. And I'm going to say that outright. This craps on that knife for the same price point. If you bought the Nimble, you should be buying this. Multiple deployment, much better, much more well-designed, ergonomic. God, it feels good in hand. It feels like a tool, a good working tool. Makes great sounds opening and closing. Yeah, it's significantly better. First impression, guys, this is better than most other things I've handled this year. And I'm not kidding. Well, guys, let me go ahead and also show off a few knives next to it, other Wharncliffes. So we have the Koenig Mini Goblin. And then we're going to do the Arcane Design Crawler. And then let's go ahead and do the Brian Brown Jaeger. So all of these are going to be outside of the Mini Goblin, are sitting in a similar-ish price point. I definitely like the look of the God of Mischief the most. It definitely has a lot of handle, kind of like the Crawler. It fits very well in hand, choked up or not. The jimping doesn't look super functional, but it is just angled enough that, you know, front flipping, when you index to it, it's great. It's perfectly fine. I have no problems with it. To be entirely honest, guys, sorry about that. This is the size that I wish the Brown Knives FSD was. If it was this size, I'd love. This is basically the perfect size knife, 3 1/4, guys. I didn't think I'd fall into that category of the 3 1/4, but it's damn good. I love it in and out of the pocket. Yeah, guys, so this is just me gushing. Clearly, I love Warnie's flat or sheep's foot. This one is phenomenal. I say buy it, but let's go ahead and head back up top for my final conclusions, even though you've already heard them. All right, guys. So a few size comparisons really quick, a couple of specs, and my initial impressions on the God of Mischief. I like it. I like it a lot. Part of me likes it because, you know, Chris, Renegade EDC, is a friend. But also, I've been anticipating this knife. I remember the sketches, guys. I mean, this knife is exciting for me and the guys in the grog. But also, I think that this is a very well done knife. It is a knife that I feel like I can work with because of that flat grind. I'm not really scared to use it. But also, it is insanely smooth and it's snappy when it opens, and like it's fun to fidget. It fills a lot of spaces that I didn't think I needed in the collection. And I say need, I air quotes there, guys, on need. But it's really good. You know, I said that a couple other knives were basically like, you know, a more fidgety mini goblin. I lied. This is a mini goblin, and an F5.5 had a baby, guys. Maybe a little bit of a burger in there, Trevor Burger, but it's really good. I really like it. Once again, Saturday, the 23rd. It's going to be at noon Eastern, and you're going to have 3 micarta options with satin and belt. You're going to have a wire milled clip or an all black. $350. Get you one. You will not regret it. This is one hell of a knife. This is one that everyone's going to be talking about. I guarantee it. With that being said, guys, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. Check out Renegade EDC. And you know what? I'll catch you on the flip side.